Hello folks, this is Hot Gadgets with Umar Siddiqui, and today I have with me Samsung Galaxy Gear S, the smartwatch by Samsung. I'm going to review the basic features of this smartwatch. I will tell you how it can help you in your everyday life, and in the end I will give you my personal feedback and opinion about whether or not this smartwatch can be helpful and handy for a normal user. So first of all, let's go through the basic features. So as you can see, this is a watch, but it's a smartwatch because it can do many smart things. So you put it on your wrist like you do any other watch, and of course it tells time, but other than that it does lots of other things which I will go through one by one. As you can see, there are lots of options, so we'll go through all those options one by one, but this is basically how you interact with the smartwatch. So the watch basically connects with your smartphone. Android powered smartphone doesn't really have to be a Samsung phone, it could be any phone. But what you do is that you download an app on the phone called Samsung Gear. Once you download the Samsung Gear on your smartphone, it will connect to the Gear S smartwatch via Bluetooth, and then you can control any feature, any setting of the smartphone from the Samsung Gear app. Some of the settings you can control from the watch itself, but since the watch is not a very big screen, it makes more sense to control the settings from the phone itself. So there are lots of things that you can do with the smartwatch, and the first thing is, of course, you're going to configure how the watch itself, the clock, looks like. So there are different clock styles that you can configure over here. You can have the analog clock, or you can have digital clock, and based on your preferences you can set up what kind of clock you like. Then you can of course transfer music or pictures to your smartwatch. If you want to listen music from your watch for whatever reason, or maybe you can connect another Bluetooth headphone to the smartwatch and listen to music directly from the watch, play music directly on the watch, or transfer pictures through the watch, and maybe show off your pictures to your friends through the watch. And then you can configure other apps on the watch itself. One thing that you can do is that you can configure your notifications to be sent from your phone to the smartwatch, and of course you can configure what kind of notifications and how the notifications would show up on your phone. So of course you don't want all of your notifications to be sent to the phone. You can configure which app should send the notifications through the phone. Obviously, when you have a smartphone and you have hundreds of apps installed on the phone, and all the phones send their notifications, or all the apps send the notifications to the phone, you don't want each and every app to send notification to the watch as well. So you can configure which apps you want. Okay, so pretty much every app that you have on your phone will show up here, and you can enable or disable the notification for that. Notification type, list view. Okay, so just configure how the notifications work overall. And then there are other settings as well. Okay, connections, applications. You can install applications directly on the phone itself. There are apps called Samsung Gear apps, and Samsung Gear apps basically are the apps that work on this smartwatch, and then you can install these apps on the phone. An example could be the health and fitness tracking apps like Endomondo. Find My Gear. So if you cannot find your smartwatch, you can find it through the phone. There it says your mobile device is searching for your gear, and then I disable it from here. So you can manage your smartwatch directly from the phone, which is a good idea to do it, because on the phone it's better that you use the smartwatch rather than configure it. So once we are on the smartwatch, like I said, it shows all the notifications that are configured to be sent on the smartwatch. Let's see if I can adjust the brightness. Okay, there you go. Now the brightness is better. Okay, good. So it's brighter, so now hopefully you will get a good view of it. Let's see if I can refocus my camera a little bit. So you can swipe the screen left and right to access different. So now these are all the notifications that I have received. Okay, so this is a Pinterest notification. Let's see. Okay, there's the weather app. Okay, there's a better view. Okay, these are the list of all the notifications. Okay, I can do clear all and it will clear all the notifications. So all notifications marked as red. Okay, and now there are no notifications. If I scroll up, then these are the apps that I have. Okay, navigator, so I can use this smartwatch for navigation, weather, news briefing. There's a running app by Nike pre-installed on that. There's an S Health app, which is a Samsung's health app. Okay, and settings, of course, you know, I can configure lots of settings directly from the phone as well. And then there are other widgets, like you have widgets on your smartphone, and I can add more widgets as well. So this smartwatch can actually act like a smartphone. So I can make phone calls, send and receive messages, do everything that I can on a smartphone, but in a watch form factor, and everything will be on the wrist, on my wrist. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. You know, that's a quick overview of the Samsung Gear S. I'm sorry, the smartwatch. So now let's discuss about whether or not this is a good device or a good gadget to have, and if it can help a common person. So if you are thinking about getting the Gear S smartwatch, or any smartwatch for that matter, the question you need to ask yourself is whether or not you need to be notified of every notification that you get on your smartphone immediately. If you have your smartphone always with you, then you can just use your smartphone to get the notifications. But if you cannot take out smartphone out of your pocket or your bag, and on your wrist you are getting auto notifications and it is adding value to you, then for sure go for it. For me, I